Hello, fellow preppers. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. Stuff hit the fan, tough questions. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody who's watched and replied. I appreciate the comments. A lot of thought-provoking comments, and once again, we can see there's differing opinions. Today's tough question is, who determines when stuff hits the fan? Or what determines when stuff hits the fan? How do we determine it? Do we wait for the government to say stuff hit the fan? Because one of the underlying or undercurrents in this thread, in this series of videos and in these series of questions, is whether or not you basically take the law into your own hands or you ignore the laws of the land. They call it world without law. World without rule of law. Or without rule of law. WROL. Well, I mean, there could be various scenarios. I mean, if there's a flood, I mean, on the one hand, that's a stuff hits the fan situation, but does that mean if you're out there and your home's flooded and somebody else evacuated the area but their home's not flooded, do you break a window or kick the door in and take their food and other supplies? I mean, is that okay? Probably not. I mean, what if there is, you wake up, just like I might wake up one day and everything looks normal, you know, but the power's out. The radio, I get nothing but static. But the sky looks clear, I don't see any fires or anything. And I drive into town, and it's a ghost town. It's like everybody's gone. It's like I didn't get the memo. What do? Do I stay? Do I say, hey, free for all, I can go in these stores and take what I want. Nobody's here. I don't know. There's just so many different scenarios. Because you see, I think, as a prepper, there's a couple different levels. I mean, we could say like a disaster, earthquake, flood, fire. Yeah, we could say stuff hit the fan, it's really bad. But it's really not, what is it, the Teotaki, the end of the world as we know it. And I think that's where maybe the lines get fuzzy, blurry. We haven't really quite made that determination. I mean, what if there was an earthquake here? You know, here on the southwest Oregon coast. They're talking about the big one. What if the big one happens? Power's out. Roads are blocked. No supplies coming in. Maybe they're saying somewhere between 6 months or a year recovery. I mean, do we hold together? Does the government still is functioning, kind of, sort of? I mean, what if the FEMA troops come in? Maybe they set up a FEMA camp and they're patrolling the streets in armored vehicles. They're carrying automatic weapons. I mean, are they friend or are they foe? I mean, what do you do if they say, hey, you need to come to the FEMA camp? I mean, what if I was in the bedroom and all of a sudden I look up and I see a couple FEMA guys coming up my driveway, bulletproof vest, helmets, M16 rifles. What do I do? Do I run and hide? Do I shoot? What do I do? What would you do? You see, these are thoughts. These are questions, tough questions. I know somebody says you're asking too many questions in your tough questions because we only get 500 letters or characters to respond. But as you can see, one question then maybe begs another. And so usually I try and group them all in the same topic. So, but the main question here, the one I really want you to answer if you choose to reply, is how do you determine, or who determines, or when do you determine that stuff hits the fan? And that possibly it's time to take matters in your own hands and start making decisions that might run against the normal everyday laws of the land. So ponder those for a while. And once again, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. And if you really like it, subscribe, tell other people to subscribe and watch and contribute. Because like I said, I don't have all the answers, but I do have some questions. We all have questions. And we need to ask these questions and come up with some answers ahead of time so when stuff hits the fan, we all know what to do. Because as always, if you fail to prepare, then you prepare in the fail.